Hello and welcome to the 2024 season of Main Stage Productions here at the Miskatonic Playhouse. I'm TA Newman, your host. My team and I will be bringing to life adventures using the 7th edition Call of Cthulhu role-playing game, which contains mature themes, cosmic horror, character death, and loss of sanity. Our mystery can be found in the Miskatonic repository, where people like you and me can write an adventure for others to play. We'd like to thank Sirenscape, whose tools have helped provide the background sounds that you'd hear. And we'd also like to thank Dungeon Fog for supporting tonight's game by providing map assets and tools which bring the game to life on the Roll20 virtual tabletop. And if you'd like to become a friend of the Playhouse, then please support us on Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/Miskatonic Playhouse, where you can gain access to exclusive shows and content for as little as £1. Making their way to the filth of the creepy old rat-bone man's house, the two befriend him and confirm he has stolen the Diaphrith bones from the crypt. Walking into a trap, though, the two investigators are shown into a cellar containing the bones and are locked in with them. In the darkness, they discover their kidnapped doctor friend and are reunited. Tempers fray as the arguments of science clash with the mysteries of the occult over what should be done with the bones, whose release seems to have caused the fog and visions. Upon touching a bone from the Diaphrith skeleton, the doctor's scientific foundation is shaken and unmistakable proof of the supernatural is provided to her as she nearly falls under the command of Diaphrith. Vowing to return the bones home, the team escaped the locked cellar, only to be met by a weapon-wielding rat-bone man. Now, it's time to pull back the curtain and roll the dice.
Thank you, and welcome to the finale. I'm pretty sure it's the finale of the Hammersmith Haunted, this fantastic module from Cat Clay, available on print on demand via Drive-Thru RPG. Tonight we have fantastic aid from our Roll20 virtual tabletop. We have marvellous sounds, let's get those going, from our marvellous people at Sirenscape. And of course, we have some rather lovely maps created in Dungeon Fog. So you join us here. It's been quite a journey for our investigators. Drawn to Hammersmith, they have made their way through the fog, found the source of this fog to be some kind of demon lady known as the Diaphrith. They find themselves in quite a quandary as somebody wants to take the bones back to the chapel once they were found. Somebody else has got a slightly different idea. Either way, there is a person standing in their way, just about to lunge at Dr. Marquette with a bone saw. So let's jump back into the room where they are. And let's roll some dice for you, Dr. Marquette, as this is going to be a base fighting brawl for you. And is that a hit for base fighting brawl? I don't have a character sheet handy.
Base fighting brawl is 25.
Base fighting brawl is 25. What is the damage on your bone saw, please, Dr.
Can
Marquette?
I dodge? Or fight back?
At the top of a ladder.
I'll say you can fight back, but it will be possibly leading to some damage anyway.
Dr. Marquette, currently holding her Gladstone bag full of surgical accoutrements, decides to swing it directly towards the man. Now, as she's currently on a ladder and a little shorter than him, it's probably going to be crotch height.
He has the higher ground.
And that is a failure anyway, so.
That is a failure. What is the damage on a bone saw, please, Dr. Marquette?
A bone saw would be a small knife, which would be a 1d4 plus damage bonus.
1d4. Well, he's quite weedy, so that is a slice of 2. It's a gash. Well, let's say it's more of a strike to your head. So there is bone damage, there is blood running into your eyes as he pulls it up, ready to strike again. Could I have your dexterities in the chat, please? Let me just consult the book as to Mr. Dunning. He's quite beside himself.
Dexterity. Oh, okay. Oh, not as bad as Darian.
Well, despite his elderly age, he's quite sprightly chasing after these rats, and he's going to try and cut your head off again. And that is
No, Doctor.
a swing and a miss, unfortunately, Dr. Marquette. So as he reels around, what would you like to do? Do you want to scurry forward? Do you want to go back down? Or what is your action? Is he slightly off balance? You have you can attack
Already
roughly, or
slightly
you can move if you
bleeding,
wanted
and
to.
with a Darian directly behind on the ladder, I think forwards is the only way. So if anything, I'd like to bundle myself forward and try and knock his legs out from underneath him, if I can.
You would need to get up, and in the next round, you may then attack.
Ooh. In that case, yes, I'd just like to get past if I can, crawl past.
Okay, you scurry up. Darian, you reach the top of... Oh, actually, who's next? Kirk or Darian?
Darian.
Darian, you reach the top of the ladder, and you see a person... you see the creepy rat man, to quote, down, and he's about to bring up this bone saw back. What would you like to do?
Well, Darian is carrying a pistol, a vintage flintlock pistol,
He
which
also is
in my
carrying
head...
a bag of bones, I do believe.
Oh,
You
yes,
drop
he
the
is.
bones
I guess.
all over Kirk.
I'll catch the bones.
That's a bad idea, isn't it? Isn't it?
Well,
Okay, so I think...
If you
Does
give
he
me a
drop
dex roll,
those?
you could escape as well.
Okay. I think so. I think he remembers he's carrying this pistol, but he needs both hands free first.
Certainly does.
So he's going to try and escape.
Give me that dex roll.
Give me the dex roll. I've only got dex 40. He's slightly clumsy.
But it's
Ah.
enough. Describe what your
Yes.
action is. Let me take you back in roll 20 to the other wonderful dungeon fog map we have. So, yes, you are at the top of this, and he is standing over you. So, what is your action?
Well, I think Darian tries to basically sling the bag of bones over his shoulder, maybe kind of in the crook of his arm, so that he's he's got his hands free to be able to get up the ladder quickly. But so he goes up the ladder as quickly as he can. Then I think he kind of rolls out of the way rather than trying to barreling into the creepy old rat bone man. I think he wants to just get clear first, so that then he
ready
can
to pounce.
Yeah.
Marvelous. Kirk, you see Darian roll towards the side as you're heading up, and we're going to say we're at the top of the round. You see your old pal Alfie standing at the top of the ladder, holding a very friendly bone saw. Anything you would like to do in your... you hadn't had your action, so from the previous round, is there anything you'd like to do as you are heading up and see Alfie at the top of these steps?
I think it's more about seeing Darian roll out of the way. Darian's
out
got
of the way, yeah.
the bones.
He has.
Darian's got my queen. So I desperately want to be next to Darian because, I want to be next because I really love being next to Darian.
You do. You do indeed.
Who doesn't? Let's be honest. Who doesn't?
So, at top of the round then, Kirk is coming down with this bone saw. Give me a luck roll, please, Kirk. Let's see if he recognizes his old mucker before he sticks a bone saw through his head.
Oh, bugger. That's an 85 over 57.
A rather lovely bone saw barrels towards your face.
Can I push the roll? Oh, is it too late?
It misses.
Oh.
It does trim off a couple of hairs
Ooh.
before Alfie goes, "Oh!" and he drops the bone saw. Oh, Kirk, you gave me a fright. You're supposed to stay down there. She's supposed to, come back, and she's supposed to come back, mate.
Plans have changed, Alfie. Plans have changed.
This isn't the right place. This isn't the right place. Kind of got the idea, but remember, he's not quite as intelligent as you. She needs...
Can I put my hands on Alfie's shoulders and say, Alfie, my boy, this isn't the right place. You've got the wrong end of the stick. Leave it to me.
Oh, are you going to take her back to the church then? I felt a bit bad taking her away from, where she was resting.
No. Alfie, you're very confused. Are the other two, looking over? Can they see what's going on?
They're currently rolling. They think you're probably wrestling.
Okay.
No. I'm sure it's what she said. I'm sure it's what she wants. Power. The power of the... Power. I can't remember what she says.
Tell me, Alfie. Tell me the power of the...
Power of the crypt. Power of the crypt, yeah. Take her home. Oh, I'll be horrible to see her go. I'm going to miss her terribly. But if she's going to go back to the church, I guess I'll go and visit her. Yeah, I'll go and visit her.
Do I get the sense, Keeper, before I finish with Alfie, do I get the sense that is where I should take her? Or am I getting the sense that that's not, because that's like putting her to rest and that's not what I want?
You're confused. She wants to go home. She wants to go somewhere safe. And it really is kind of like, unless you get a sign, you're possibly not going to know.
Because in my head, home is the forest. It's the misty castle. It's it's what we've read in the Latin.
What you've seen in the visions.
What I've seen in the vision.
Yeah.
In that moment, whilst Darian and Dr. Marquette are rolling around, and as Alfie says to me, if he kind of whispers that and says, "Oh, I'll miss her," and I'll just kind of say, "Alfie, your efforts won't be forgotten." And I'm going to drop him down the hole.
Excellent. Would you like to give me let's just have a fighting brawl. I'm not looking for a pass or fail here. I'm just looking at how convincing this is.
Have a look here. Where's me fighting brawl? There it is.
And the combat.
Okay. A 14 under a 35. That's a hard success.
You wrestle this chap in a heroic effort. Darian, Dr. Marquette, what a hero Kirk is. He wrestles this clear threat neatly, drops him down the hill. Give me a listen rolls, folks. No. Let's have a listen rolls and see if we can hear the end.
Failure.
Fumble.
Failure.
Fumble.
Kirk. Oh, he's all right. He landed softly. That click was a good click. It wasn't a neck snapping at all.
See you later, Alfie.
Clunk. I'm tempted to speak for Kirk. Kirk shuts the door. Shall we? What is the plan, folks? You have dispatched the creepy rat man, preventing you from taking these bones back to the resting place? Back to scientific study, perhaps?
Mr. McDougal, I know that I am not normally the biggest fan of the super and the preternatural, but I feel I must defer to your expertise here. What is the best way to exercise a spirit?
In my humble experience, which is extensive and excessive, them better than most people in London. I would probably suggest that the best way to exercise a spirit is to see their wishes fulfilled. So rather than taking these bones back to this imprisoned state of torture, we're going to create a restless soul there. Darian, you probably understand what I'm saying. This idea of if we return them to the crypt, then there will be trapped and therefore constantly egregious and excessive in their anger. The mist perhaps might consume London, but if we were to find a happy resting place, if we were to decipher where Diaphrith would be happy being lain to rest, then perhaps, Dr. Marquette, we might make the world a better place.
I can't agree, Kirk. You've read the original text. In the Latin, it clearly said, I mean, I don't read it myself, but you translated it and it clearly said she killed that young chevalier, that she was a dangerous, dangerous spirit. We can't fulfill what she wants, for goodness sake. The old lady with the gun, she said she wants to rule this place. There's only room for one queen in this city, and that's good old Queen Victoria.
You're basing your hypotheses on that of an ancient knight who could be writing about anything. It could be fictional poppycock for all we know, and a mad lady with a shotgun stalking the streets of London. This is not sound basis of evidence.
I would like to hear from the lady with the shotgun again, actually. What if we were to lay them to rest, but with this ghost bullets that the lady produced?
Yes.
We're very much shooting in the dark here, but...
quite literally. See what you did there.
Kirk, do you want to give me an occult roll?
It's a high success. That's a 22 over 55.
You know, you had a look at these bullets. They might do something. But deep down you know, it's just to make you feel better and give you a sense of protection when there is no hope at all.
Dr. Marquette, I think I've still got a bullet or two. Bloody good idea. Let's find the resting place, the right resting place for her lady Diaphrith. Here you go. Here you go. You take these, and then quite right, we could put them around the body, and it would do exactly what you wish it would do. Darian, are you happy with that?
Well, so you agree that we should put her back where we found her, under the church that the temple has built to contain her, with the bullets around her?
Yes. No, not back in the crypt. I'm saying that we still have some work to do to decipher exactly where we should lay her to rest. And then surround her with these bullets the doctor is assured that will make a difference. We need to speak to someone, though. We need to speak to someone and find out where is best to lay her to rest.
But who can
Darian,
we speak
surely
to?
that's in our best interest. Oh, good question, Doctor.
Let's have a knowledge roll from Darian.
Okay. Darian is fairly well educated. He has 70. And that is a success. 62 against 70.
You would like to think that the knights who laid the person to rest might have left something. Maybe there was something extra in the tapestries, maybe the rubbings to this correct place of rest for this person.
We saw the pictures, didn't we? Down in the crypt, with the picture of the great battle that they had with her. And it mentioned, was it Hungary? Maybe we should go and check again. Dr. Marquette, you haven't seen them. We should take you down there.
Oh, please do. I feel that any time lingering in this rat-infested hellhole is better mitigated by going into another rat-infested hellhole beneath the church.
They're very
Lead
nice
on.
rats. Really, they are. They're, as I said to Kirk, they're far more scared of us than we are of them.
Well, in that case, let us to the crypt, and if I find another specimen to add to my collection, I may feel a little happier.
Kirk,
Very well.
This seems logical, Kirk. Maybe there
Off we
will
jolly
be
well go,
something
then.
interesting. Extra hungry, Darian said. Maybe there is something extra. This final resting place.
Back to the church and
Back to the
down,
church.
either down the hole or down the doorway that we found, the passageway.
I would prefer ladders and passageways than holes.
Ladders
If
and
it's snakes and ladders,
Very
if it's,
well.
if you don't mind, hopefully.
snakes and ladders. Fantastic. Right, let me just take you back away from Dunning's cottage, and we'll drop you over. You get an idea. There we go. I'm sorry. You're making your way back to the church, and you find there good old John doing his work. How you back then? Did you find out, Alfie? How is the old geezer?
Sleeping like a log, dead to the world, eh?
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Well, what are you doing back?
Well, we thought we'd show our friend Dr. Marquette here what we found in the crypt under the church.
Oh, right. Well, be careful. You know, I'm not joking when I say this whole place could come down on you.
Yeah. We'll be
Is it-
fine.
Is it safe?
Smithy?
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm not that bad at my job. You know, I haven't been twiddling my thumbs whilst you've been over with Rat Boy. But
Well, we
you're-
appreciate your
Oh,
thorough.
well, hello, Mum.
Yes, I believe we didn't part on the best of terms. I must say I do apologise about the.
You were the one who had my feet, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and I regret the choices that I made.
Oh, that's very nice of you to say, ma'am. Are you sure you want to go down there? I'd probably get a blanket. It's a bit muddy down there.
I would, yes. Tell me, this crypt. I believe. Oh, sorry, 2 seconds. I believe Vicar Collins was down here and found the Templar tomb.
He didn't even know it was here. It's like this whole church was built on top of it. Say a little bit of damage and tower, bang, you know. Sorry, you were saying?
Yes. So when the vicar found the crypt, was that when the mist appeared?
Yeah, we reckon it was.
It was. And
It was
when
very, very odd.
was anybody with the vicar when the crypt was discovered?
No. This was it. I mean, I found him dead in his office. Like it was just spark out. I never come across no dead body before, ma'am. It was kind of spooked me up. He was just lying there. But now you come to mention it, yeah, I think that's when the mist rolled in. I kind of took it like a bad omen that the vicar died, and all of a sudden we got this like ungodly fog and stuff. I thought at least I can do is like shore up the church and make sure it's, you know. I'm not really a supernatural one, miss, but you look at this fog. This is dead spooky, isn't it?
Tell us, safety in numbers. Would you care to accompany us down to the crypt as well?
Well, I can, but nobody be able to like hoist you up again.
There's a hoist? This is most
We
irregular.
had Smithy make a bit of a hoist just to make it a bit of an easy
Yeah, I never
transition.
chose to take it down. I was doing some brickwork over the other side.
Smithy's a good man, Doctor. Just play along.
Darian, do you vouch for this man?
Oh yes, yes, Mr. Smith is absolutely has been as helpful as anything.
In
Salt
that
of the
case,
earth.
hoist away, sir. Hoist away.
Okay, well, it's, yeah, lovely. All right. Who's going first then?
Darian, you'll go first, won't you?
Darian will go first, but before he does that, I think he's going to lean into Dr. Marquette and say, I kind of don't want Kirk behind me. I think we should both keep him within our sights.
How dare you?
Reed, he's been more zealous than natural since I returned
Yes.
to you.
Keeper,
Uh,
can
if,
I
if I
make
if
a
I am
Lisa
to go
roll?
first, if I am to go first, then I'd rather perhaps you went after him so that you could watch my back.
Of course, I'll keep a good eye on him.
Ah, thank you, Doctor.
Right then,
There
great
we
mates. As a team of us all together, completely believing in each other and supporting each other's endeavors, let's go down into this dark, dank hole. Shall we? What's the order?
And you descend down into the crypt. Let me just move you over there on the roll 20 and let's jump in to refresh ourselves. Oh, no, I haven't quite moved you over. Come on, moving over.
I feel like when we get a game that has this sense
Crypt.
of player versus
Boom.
player, not that we're there yet, then
There we
they
go,
almost, you
roll
feel like it could be a
20.
paranoia scale that
Yes.
could be sliding up and down.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
So, just to orientate the Doctor, you are coming down here. This is the... And you come into here. Now, there was this this door that they have found. So there is another way into the church itself. Some state of disrepair, but essentially this is what the crypt you're looking at. So
Do we remember where that door led, Keeper?
into the church.
Yes.
Remember, you came out just under the altar, I believe it was.
I think let us make haste. These paintings, these murals, these tapestries that you saw, where are they?
There's an
Dotted.
antechamber just ahead. We found the resting place, but then before that there was a chamber covered in art and a Templar symbol as well, the Red Cross.
The Maltese cross, I see.
Yes, that's the one.
And Dr. Marquette allows the others to lead forwards into the antechamber.
Well, Dr. Marquette, as you do go through into the antechamber, you do see that it's a battle between knights of the round, Knights Templar, and a particular spear. It pierces the lady, and they unceremoniously placed into the coffin. Kirk, give me a power roll whilst you're here.
Yes, I will. Oh dear. That's a 48 over 40.
That is a failure, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it is as you are here, you almost hear a voice whispering to you. This prison will not hold me again. Return me to what they think is my resting place, my loyal servant. You will be rewarded greatly. Give me a sound roll, Kirk. Let's see if we can tip you over the edge.
Oh, that's a 36 over 35. That is edge tipping material right there.
Fantastic. Please, could you give me a 1d6 roll as you see a vision starting to form?
That's a 5.
Fantastic. Please describe how many How many sanity are you down to, and what happens?
Okay, well that takes me to 30 sanity, which takes me 2 points beyond my my threshold for the day.
In keeper terms, that means you're mine.
Yeah.
Kirk?
Well.
The Diaphrith is here. But she's not here. She's in a bag of bones. She needs to be. She needs to be reassembled. Maybe she said this isn't prison that can hold her anymore. Maybe putting it together, maybe reconstructing her will help. Maybe this will bring her back. And this is the moment. This could be what you are after.
Darian, I think after a long, hard contemplation, the journey down here, you're absolutely right. We need to put this Diaphrith, this woman, you're back in her prison. We need to put her back where she belongs. I think it's really insightful of you to be able to recognize what is best for Queen and country. And I know I've had a funny moment or two, but you can't deny that seeing the Reverend coming back to life and scaring the poop out of us all is something that hasn't thrown us. And God knows where Dr. Marquette disappeared to, but then came back and again, being quite an unusual circumstance. Doctor Darian, I extend my apologies, but I feel like I have found my marbles that I gave away for some time. And I agree, Darian, with everything that you're saying. We should put this fiend back in their place. Cover it up. And God save the Queen.
Mr. McDougal,
Yes?
it takes a great courage to admit when one is wrong.
I
And
accept your apology.
I have to admit that I see you in a new light. My respect for you has grown, Kirk. I think we should put the corpse back into the tomb. And if, looking at these artistic representations of her last moments, if she truly was as evil as everybody's been saying, a Templar tomb at least should have some warding or religious iconography or symbols. Darian, you have the body. I feel it is best if you put it in, but do not touch the bones. They do funny things to your mind.
Oh, I have no intention of touching them, Doctor. Darian, I think, is back where he began this adventure, somewhere in between all positions. He doesn't quite know what to believe. He
How's that fence, Darian?
to believe. It's terribly comfortable. You should come and join me up here sometime. He really wants to believe that Kirk has seen the light because he's somebody that always wants to believe the best of people. But he's also remembering that they came down here to look at these pictures. And he also wants to believe Dr. Phyllis because she's a very intelligent woman. She's definitely got her head screwed on right. And she's definitely his ally in this whole situation and has been really ever since Kirk went a little bit strange and a little bit doolally. So he's kind of dithering a little bit. So I think maybe I'd like to request, can I do a psychology roll to see what he thinks and if he believes Kirk, if Kirk is actually genuine about wanting to lay the Diaphrith to rest.
Have a psychology roll from Darian then.
Mm-hmm. He definitely believes Dr. Phyllis' heart is in the right place. Oh, that's a 56 against 10. He doesn't people very well. He's just thinks everybody is as nice as he is, and they're manifestly not.
This is very much, well, perhaps he has seen the light. Maybe back in this more familiar territory of this tomb, where, he has spent much of his career. Maybe laying the bones to rest will be exactly what is needed. And it is with... Sorry?
Darian, I think, reaches out and silently shakes Kirk McDougal's hand and kind of takes a moment to take a deep breath and says, I'm so glad, Kirk, that we're back where we should be, and that you've seen how things should be, and I just want you to know how much I value your friendship. You're a good man, Kirk.
Kirk, give me a power roll.
Oh, dear.
Darian?
No, Kirk.
Yes.
Oh, Kirk.
Oh, Kirk. Sorry. Okay.
Oh.
But
That would have been a hard success if it was Darian.
We'll save that power roll for you.
Mine is a failure. Mine is a 76 over 40. Failing the right rolls.
You hear the lovely words. They mean nothing to you. They will soon be dead. The Diaphrith will rule.
Darian, I accept your gesture of friendship and cannot state how much I think you are a wonderful human being who deserves to be in this world as much as everybody else.
That means so very much.
Very good. You haven't fumbled it, Darian. What is the plan then, folks? So,
the bones back on the altar, the grave, and
into the grave, shut the lid, leave this godforsaken place.
Marvelous. Dr. Marquette, please could you give me a medicine roll to see if we get the right tibula above the left fibula?
That is an 87 over 70.
For God's sake, Doctor, one job.
Well, I said, but then generally my patients are alive when I'm sorting them out. I mean, it's, yes, I just...
You don't
really
want
have
to
much excuse.
who steals dead bodies?
Resurrection Man.
That
went out of fashion 50 years ago.
Would you like to push that roll, or
go on then? Let's push a medicine roll. Why
push
not?
a medicine roll? Let's see what we can do.
I think in order to do so, Phyllis is going to be going in with her handkerchief, trying to move the bones around into the correct place. Handkerchief, not hand, but with a push roll, 66 under 70, just a success.
Very good, Doctor.
Fantastic. That is just what is needed, as there is a change in the feeling. Kirk, you're filled with happiness as there is a wind that howls through the building, knocking you off your feet. This is no ordinary wind at all. It is a pervading fog that pours through the gap, coalescing into this woman, this female, this Diaphrith. The young woman stands and laughs at you with a rasping voice, and is transformed into a decayed ghoul, her empty eye sockets inviting you to view the great void beyond. Sand time, folks. Kirk, what a beauty. This is who you have come to see.
Praise Diaphrith.
Marvellous.
Oh.
You're done, Kirk. You don't need to make any sand rolls. If that is a success, you have... you just lose one. Darian, what did you get?
Very sad 43 against 38.
That's a failure. Okay. Dr. Marquette, what did you get?
A very nice 37 under 50.
Marvellous. Darian, please could you roll for me 1d10?
A D10? Oh, my lord. Okay. That's a 6.
Oh, no.
That puts him squarely into indefinite insanity.
Marvellous. As the keeper says, you are now mine. Darian, you see this vision of pure holiness, pure power. This could be the person to save your loved ones. This could be the person to bring amazing wealth and joy and happiness to absolutely everyone that needs it. Could it be that this is the way forward? Dr. Marquette, you see this person scour and glare at you. You have seen bodies with their eyes missing. The void is a nice touch. Maybe there is something to this supernatural. But before any of you can do anything, the Diaphrith here yells out a scream to you all. And I'm going to need power rolls from folks, so...
Oh.
Would you like me to roll again, or can I use the one from earlier? I'm happy to roll again if you
You can use the
would
one
like.
from earlier. Kirk,
Thank you.
You are transported into a marvelous vision of this glory of the Diaphrith. You see a young woman in the forest, alone, whilst vicious Templars are savagely attacking her. And you are there. You are trying to find what is going on. And you are helpless to act. Darian, Phyllis, this is some terrible news. You have this horrendous creature screaming at you. Darian, you don't know what to do. You are unable to, well, provide any assistance. Dr. Marquette, what would you like to do?
So I had a 40 under 55, a regular success here.
You do.
I feel this is a case of this thing is all McDougal's fault. He was the one that tried to get us to put her back here. He convinced us, he tricked us. And I think this is not normal, this is not natural. If I were to make this a harder success or an extreme success with luck, would this give me any edge over the events at the moment?
Let's have a look. How much would you want to push it? Oh, push it or spend luck?
Oh, I mean, it's already a success, so I think spending luck. I have enough luck that I could make this an extreme if we wanted to. If I were to spend 29 luck, that would take me to 11, which would give me an extreme. Go on then, why not? We're in the end game. Let's make this. Let's see
you
what
go
I can.
Higher?
I mean, I could take it down to a. I could take it down in total to 8 out of 55.
8 out of 50. Well, an extreme roll would do. Yes, let's try something. Mark that luck up on your sheet.
I have 3 luck remaining, but I think the anger, the pent up anger and rage at being tricked by McDougal after I acknowledged his existence and called him by his first name. Damn it! The pent up rage and anger is just directed at this grisly, ghoulish creature in front of me here, and Darian is no use at all. I don't even know what he just. Everything is just being pent-up rage pushed at this thing.
You feel this rage. As this scream washes upon you, it pushes into you, but you feel something push back. You are transported into a vision. Darian, you feel pulled as well. You are in a forest. There is a battle going on. Kirk is standing there cheering, pushing, helping. Darian, you're not sure what is going on. Dr. Marquette, you appear in this forest next to a knight from your vision. He looks at you and says, "This is wrong. Why are you here? What do you need?"
I need to destroy this being, this creature, this mockery of a woman. This is you. Where is she? Tell me. We shall do this together, if needs be, but I must save London.
Londinium is danger. This is wrong. You must right it. And he hands you a spear. Give me a power roll. Let's see if you can escape this realm. But I am going to take 1d6 sanity from you before you do.
That is an 82 over 55.
Okay, that is a 1d6 sand loss, please.
Yeah. And that is 6 sand loss.
Okay, you are certainly feeling... you still with me, or do I have you as well?
I am just hit my indefinite threshold.
So there is one more point to go.
Yes.
Excellent. Kirk, Darian. Darian, you are in two places at once, so you're not trapped in this vision. You're just observing it. Kirk, do you want to give me a power roll and see what we can do with it?
Oh, right. Well, I wouldn't like to break with tradition. That's a 51
wouldn't like to
over
break
40.
the tradition, no, indeed. So you are fighting the battle. Let's come round to Dr. Marquette. Let us have a power roll with a bonus dice. This one is holding a spear. Ah, you don't even need it.
It's a 40 under 55, a regular success. The spear gives me the power I need to draw myself back to where I need to be.
And you draw yourself back to where you need to be. I'm going to need you to make a dodge roll, please, as some diaphragm hair is whipping out to you.
That is an 86 over 25. That is a failure.
Let us see what the diaphragm makes of your... Right, let me just try you with a hair showing. The diaphragm fumbles their hair swipe.
Oh.
This is giving you a free action. The hair, they haven't done this in a while. It smashes masonry around, and you find yourself in this tomb battling this demon. So, what is your action? You have a spear. You have an enemy. You have an action. What is the action?
Phyllis's mind goes back to her Hippocratic oath: do no harm. However, she rationalizes that it must very much be to humans. No harm to humans, maybe animals, but this is neither human nor animal nor mineral. This is something else, and surely the surgical precision of a quick lance to the heart should at least hold this off enough that she can grab Darian and potentially McDougal to escape. And with one swift action, she thrusts the spear
She's
forwards.
quite a distance away. You would need to close the distance or throw.
Ooh, in that case, I think this is a run towards, probably stagger towards, as she's still reeling a little from the gash to her forehead from the bone saw. I think she's going to step forward with deliberate steps and try and thrust this into her heart, or at least where she thinks the heart should be, assuming the anatomy is similar in demons as it is in humans.
Darian, you are swirling. Your head is a mess. I would say you are suffering a bout of madness. What kind of madness is Darian suffering at the moment? This is a very sudden sanity loss. You are fairly sure that this could be, but equally, this isn't what Darius has been feeling up to now. So I'm going to let you have some persuasive input into how your sanity manifests.
Wow. Okay. Well, as we've established, Darian is not the most decisive of people. And I think he feels powerless, completely powerless at this point. And so I think it's almost like he's given up and he's unable to make any sort of choices as well. And I think the first person who tells him to do something, he's almost like catatonic, and he'll just do whatever he's told. Even if two different people tell him to do two different things, he'll just sort of blindly follow whatever he's told to do.
Very well, very well. Let us have some input from Kirk. Kirk, you were in this dream, this strange land. Can I have a power roll? Let's see if you're able to. And I will take a d6 from you to see if your brain eventually does turn to mush in terms of sand loss. Lose another 2 sanity.
Ooh.
You are there in the crypt. Darian, you look across. Kirk is standing there, listless, with a smile. You see Phyllis Marquette, Dr. Phyllis Marquette, with clinical precision, striding forward against this tangled hair which is swiping around. It seems nobody is giving you an instruction just yet. So
do I see Marquette running with this blade?
Sadly not. You are away with the Templars and in the forest.
Killing Templars in the forest.
Let us go back to the top of the round, and we are going to say, yes, the Diaphrith. As you stride forward, her long hands reach out and try and swipe at you. I'm going to... so she takes a swipe at you. And that is an extreme success. One would suggest one would like to dodge this.
I think...
Very much. As you fire forward. Maybe a fight back.
I think fighting back is my better chance here. I think in the extremity of this, she's single-minded. And she's single-minded throughout her entire life, but this is it. This spear needs to be into the heart. And I think in a last-ditch effort, she is going to fight back and hope that she gets an extreme.
Let's see what we can do.
Ooh.
How much?
It's a hard success. If I spend 3 points of luck, does that make an extreme?
How much luck have you got? You're
3.
probably going to die.
I got 35 is 7. No, it takes it to 9. I can make it an even harder success, but I can't make an extreme. I have not enough luck left, unfortunately. Oh well. Still worth a try.
Would it be possible, and I don't know if this is allowed at all, even though Darian isn't being given instructions, given that Phyllis is the only person being active and taking action, that he would help her in that? Because if he sees that something is happening, he might automatically follow and therefore maybe a bonus dice.
Okay. What I will say... So you're thinking rather than assisting rather than attacking yourself?
Spending your luck for me as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If that's allowed. I don't know if that's even a mechanic.
It's not I could be that generous, but not
fair.
this time. Let us see what
fine.
this bonus does. I mean, I'm not too sure you can get much bonuser than that, but
You need a 0.
You would need a 0. Let us see if it is there.
No, it's a 5, unfortunately. So, but I think in the last moments, Phyllis looks up, sees Darian is out of the land of the fairies, and just utters the name Darian. Hopefully, that is enough to encourage Darian to action. But I feel that, well, Keeper, give me the worst.
Dr. Phyllis Marquette, in your slow, deliberate movement towards the Diaphrith, you have a moment of strange realization that your spear has missed. You were true in your aim, but this is something supernatural. And you are perplexed at the viscosity of your body when torn open. And you're pretty sure, is that your lower or your upper intestine? It is pulled out in front of you in super quick time. You fortunately don't feel anything as your spine has been utterly severed by these huge talons that have now ended the life of Dr. Phyllis Marquette, who went out as those Knights Templar did many, many moons ago. Let's hope someone will lay you down in a hero's grave as your body falls to the floor, probably in 2 pieces. Darian, there are 2 Dr. Marquettes now. Kirk, you are bouncing with energy. Let me have a power roll from you. See if you can come back to the land of the living, or I'll be going to sap all your sanity out in the forest of Hungary.
In my madness, in my crazy dream other realm that I'm living in, as Dr. Marquette's intestine is pulled from her, can I be removing the intestine of a Crusader Templar Knight that I'm besting?
You see the Diaphrith kill this knight holding this spear, throws you the entrails to feast upon.
Oh.
And that is where your brain remains, feasting on entrails in a forest in Hungary. Darian, it seems Kirk is a gibbering wreck. The 2 Dr. Phyllises don't seem to be getting up anytime soon. You are sitting on the fence. What should you do? Should you run away? Dr. Marquette's last words were, Darian, what do they mean? What could this possibly be?
He doesn't know. The instructions aren't clear.
Then let's have a power roll. Not the power roll you're thinking of, but a power roll of a different kind.
Didn't Darian see Marquette running with the spear as well?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I tried to help him. Okay, the power roll. Here we go.
Darian.
Look at that. That's an extreme success. 3 against 45.
Wow.
Don't hurt my queen.
I can give you 2 choices here. I can give you an attack, or I can give you something of love. Which do you think Darian would want?
If he was in his right mind, he wouldn't be attacking. He definitely wouldn't be. That's not his thing. He just wants everybody to be happy and nice to each other. But I think, given his madness, and given the last thing he saw was Dr. Marquette attacking and said Darian, I think maybe he thinks he's supposed to carry on what she was doing.
Okay.
Even though, if he wasn't there, he would totally not be doing this.
And what did Dr. Marquette also do to bolster their power as they went into this charge?
Spear. She has the spear. Is the spear in her hand?
The spear is available to you. You may have an attack. You have pulled yourself together enough to realize Diaphrith is the enemy rather than something else.
Right.
You are attacking? Or would you like a message of love?
Yeah, but Diaphrith is the enemy, because that's what Dr. Marquette...
Please, make...
But again, I'd like him to have the message of love, because that's what he would want, but it's not. He's mad.
There we go. We shall see how it shapes up. I'm going to need a throw roll from Darian to close the distance on the Diaphrith.
Luck have you got, Darian?
I've got throw 20. I think maybe he threw a javelin at school, but that's about all his experiences. So
As
let's
this is a
see
skill,
how we go.
you may spend luck on it. Let's see if you can get in the ballpark.
Okay. 88 versus 20. I don't have anywhere near enough luck. I only have 21 luck.
Darian. You throw this spear and it misses. Sadly, you are not just skillful enough. You're not a combatant. Do you think perhaps if you were saying your message of love would have been, run, Darian, run home to me? That's not what happens. There is a great crumble of stone as there is a tumultuous eruption, dust, rock, as Darian, you are crushed under the collapsing church. Kirk, the last thing that goes through your mind is a piece of masonry as Kirk's life is extinguished under a collapsing church.
My queen.
And that is where we conclude the lives of Kirk, Dr. Marquette, Darian. The rubble clears and John Smith, the bricklayer, is perplexed. This man standing there, very well to do. If you saw this person, you would think they were from a rival club to the one from which you are a member. You're probably thinking it is of great embarrassment to the Phoenix Club. The Penhew Foundation actually is the one that collapsed the church to trap the mystery inside. But that draws us to a close for the Hammersmith haunting. We lost our investigators. We had one hell of a tale. Thank you very much for playing the Hammersmith haunting. What we usually do now, folks, is we just go around the table just very quickly to speak to our investigators, our players now, as Newman, Lydia, and Stu give us their verdict on the Hammersmith haunting, this fabulous scenario from Cthulhu. Newman, please, as a player of of Kirk, what was your favourite part?
Not just Kirk McDougal. I like to refer to him as the best of the pre-generated characters. Very fond of Kirk, actually. The fact that he's an occult expert and he's quite eccentric, I think I think the pre-generated characters give you a lot of depth to play with. You've got the medical doctor, you've got the very aristocratic kind of engaging Darian, but then I think Kirk. And I think the dice played in Kirk's favour, not necessarily in his survival, but in his story and in his further kind of spiral into the occult, his eventual praise of Diaphrith, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed getting the opportunity to play a character that kind of welcomed it. And I really liked the revelation that I was spending time as a player kind of going, oh my God, where have I got to take these bones? Oh my God, where have I got to go to Hungary? What's going on here? Have I got to go to Hungary? And then there was that revelation of, actually, you need to take them back there. And it was really nice because I think it gave me a lot of role-playing opportunities. Mm-hmm. So it was a really nice not mechanic, more kind of stylistic narrative choice for the keeper and the players to kind of roll with, that idea of, actually, we're all going to the same place, but there's multiple options as to how this can play out. And I think that was a really lovely thing, I guess, for the keeper. But I really felt that as players, we got to kind of play with that and have fun with it.
I'm glad. Lydia.
I really enjoyed that. I love the Gaslight era generally, and I think the atmosphere was particularly good with this one. Something which always makes a scenario stand out to me is when you have really vivid NPCs, and there were some really great ones here, weren't there?
Yes.
I mean, Ethel with her shotgun and Smithy, poor dear Smithy. That was a lot of fun, and a great big bad as well. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. If you hadn't, let me just interrupt. If you hadn't quite figured it out, she's the daughter of Nilarathatep.
Yes, absolutely.
Not exactly beatable, but there we go. But no, the NPCs were very vivid, weren't they?
Yes, and her as well. That's a great monster for the campaign. I think that's great. Really enjoyed it.
Stu, how about yourself?
I'm going to jump back on with the pre-gens, because again, the information that you have in your backstories, that they really complement each other well. Scenario wise, one thing that I really like is that I knew the story of the Hammersmith ghost, which I think was 1810, 1811, 1812. There was references to haunting.
Murder case, yes.
And it was there were suspicions of a haunting in Hammersmith churchyard, and somebody shot a man dressed in white who was a bricklayer. So when we met the bricklayer in the churchyard, it all clicked. I thought, where's this going? This is fantastic.
Is, the box text we have here, yes.
You can really tell the author knows the era, and you can tell the author has a really good grasp of everything that's going on here. And it really tells in the scenario itself.
So certainly, it was news to me that, if there was a death, they took the person to the pub so people could go, that's the old reverend, that is. Fantastic stuff. So, I know what you mean about a well-researched adventure. I just adore this scenario. It's Kat Clay's first adventure. You speak to Kat, please do follow her on all her socials. She'll say it's not the most amazing thing she's ever written. If you read it, you'll probably think, that doesn't quite up. But what you have here is a template for you to make your own Hammersmith haunting. The characters are there. There's rich characters. There's a rich setting. You have a heck of a person to survive at the end. There are various ways of making your own solution to it. I chose to go with the Knights Templar. If you have beefy characters, you can actually go in for a full attack on the Diaphrith. Or another one I dropped in myself is to collapse the church on the Diaphrith, because, it's all hallowed ground. I'm sure it'll be fine. But this works so well. But this could be a drama. We could record it as an audio drama. The story is so good. You could have it as a. You needn't play Call of Cthulhu with it. You could just discuss it around a table. What would you do? How would you solve this? It is a really nice piece, and have I said I like it enough? Do grab a copy of it. It is fantastic. As Lydia said, the Gaslight era is really fantastic. Chaosium are backing us up with the Gaslight books that hopefully will be out in 2024, we believe. And that's going to be a double slipcase set, almost exactly like the Call of Cthulhu set, but a player's guide and a keeper's guide. And you can bet that the Miskatonic repository is going to be full of Gaslight titles. And I dare say we should be playing a few of those here on the Miskatonic repository. I've rattled on enough. I have been Cosmic, your keeper. Let's just go around and say cheerio to our investigators. Ladies first.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. This is Lydia saying good night for now.
Okay, and Stu?
Night, everybody. This was Stu.
Fantastic. And Newman, could you take us out in the traditional way?
Well, thank you all for joining us. I'm T.A. Newman, the host of the Miskatonic Playhouse, and I think it's fair to say that we've had a fantastic time, and we'll see you next time when the curtain rises again.
That concludes The Hammersmith Haunting by Cat Clay. Look out for the Inside the Mind interview with Cat Clay coming soon. And thank you as ever to Sirenscape for their sound design tools, and of course, thank you to the team working behind the scenes at the Miskatonic Playhouse. And thank you for being a wonderful audience. If you have enjoyed this episode, then please leave a review wherever you've watched or listened to this production. We want to carry on bringing you these main stage productions, so if you'd like to support us further, please take a look at our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/Miskatonic Playhouse, and our website, miskatonicplayhouse.com. You'll find us on all the social media platforms with the links found in the show notes. The management would like to inform patrons that any fog observed when leaving the Playhouse is purely coincidental and poses no harm to persons living or dead. Until next time, when the curtain rises again.